Alright, if you remember, we've already drawn Blossom. Now it's time to move on to my personal favorite, Bubbles. Now, I see her as the most innocent of the batch, which is why she keeps the pigtails, aside from that being, a huge character detail. That's why she's got little frills and still has the little kid shoes that she used to have in the show. But she is still mature. She is still a young adult/teenager, so she's got a little bra line, she's wearing makeup and earrings. Talking to animals is not really an adult thing, so I'm gonna discard whatever I was gonna say about the blue jay there. And I'm just gonna go ahead and start drawing. According to the package, this is bubbly blue, which is kind of funny because it looks a little more teal in the coloration, but it's actually like a robin's egg blue. It's actually the perfect kind of color I'd probably use for this character, but I just didn't have a diverse set of colored pencils till now. So this is actually pretty perfect for her. And I'm sorry, I wish I could speed this up, but I don't know how to do any of that yet. I'm sure when eventually it's more than just me holding a cracked phone staring at my picture, I'll probably be able to do more. But for now, this is all I've got. I would definitely speed it up in the not talking sections if I could. But not yet. Don't have the capabilities yet. I am technically inept despite being quite young. And what I'm doing here, as I'm sure you can tell, is just shading. I haven't shaded this because I would rather use a darker blue for shading. Perhaps the kind of blue I'd use for drawing Boomer. I'm definitely going to do the Rowdy F Boys after I finish this little series on the Powerpuff Girls. I would probably also revamp how I drew Buttercup because I really don't like... Well, it's not that I don't like it, but I don't know. I feel like I didn't do her justice. I feel like I could have done better than the design I went with. But that's for next video. This one is about Bubbles. Now, because I see her as more innocent but still feminine and, grown, I'm going to go ahead and give her some easier makeup, gentler makeup rather. Her nails aren't going to be as long as Blossom's, and the color isn't going to be as striking. Blossom's got some red, but I'm just going to go ahead and give Bubbles the simple, dainty, fair pink. I haven't quite decided if I'm going to do the normal light blue for the earrings, or maybe this pink to add a little more of the color, or maybe a darker blue. I'll just ask someone, see what the input should be. But I definitely feel like Bubbles and Blossom would wear makeup. I feel like Buttercup would only have dark eyeshadow to try and look cool. But some light, dainty makeup for Bubbles would be best. And I'm going to get to those earrings in a little bit. But let me go on ahead and fill in these lovely peepers. These sight spheres of hers. There we go. And I will go on and get her skin going as well. Because I picture her as the fairest, I'm going to use this pink. I definitely picture her as having a very pink undertone. I went with the normal skin color, like, the peach. They're all normal skin colors. I don't know what I meant when I was saying that. Normal seen as, this is skin color. That's what I meant. You don't look at this and think skin, but it is going to be skin for Bubbles, because I feel like she would be the daintiest, most innocent looking, and I feel like pink is more innocent looking than olive. And I'm going to give Bubbles olive skin, in the next video, but that is neither here nor there. Now, growing up, Bubbles was definitely my favorite Powerpuff Girl. I was always the one associated with her. I was the blue child in the family. So, whether it was the Rowdy Rough Boys or the Powerpuff Girls, I was always either Boomer or Blossom or associated with them. Which is kind of sad because Boomer was an idiot and I am actually quite intelligent. That sounds so vain. I did not mean for that to sound vain. Come on, focus, you silly phone. There we go, that's better. Okay. Ooh, got color in these nails a little bit. And that's just a little blue jay hanging out with her. Still shows some of her interest. It's still the same Bubbles. And it's actually pretty close to all we need for her. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly ask, you know what, I'm going to fill in her hair first, and then I'm going to ask about the earrings. Alright, my professional input says that these should be darker blue, which is fine because they can match the blue jay. What do you think, Autumn? Yes, you love the darker blue. It's your collar color after all. Anyway, after that brief intermission, it's time to collect the correct coloration. And I can also use that dark blue to shade. I've got a lot of blues in there, in my little pencil pack. That's actually not the one I was going for. You see, when it looks like... I know how pencils, this color doesn't always match with the tip. But the color doesn't even match with the tip. It doesn't make sense. Just a second. Okay, this should do better. Yeah, that's more what I was looking for. This says it's periwinkle. Are you crazy? Periwinkle is like a lilac color. This is not periwinkle. Anyway, time to get this little blue jay. I promise I'm usually way better at winged creatures. These are usually what my winged creatures look like. But he's a little tiny dude on a little hand. So, it's fine. Now, to finish shading in Bubbles' figure. If you have any tips or tricks for me, that would be amazing. Because I don't know what I'm doing yet. I don't know how to make effects for a longer video, or cut things, /edit properly, or speed things up. I can't even do the basics. I am so technologically inept. So, if you have any tips or tricks, that would be amazing. If you would just let me know what they are, please. We are almost finished with Bubbles. I'm going to go ahead and fill in her little shoes. Sorry, I'm just not focusing on the camera while I'm actually drawing, so I don't notice when it's blurry until it's too late. And as a final touch for the shoes, we're going to go ahead, since those are shinier shoes, we're going to go ahead and give them a little bit of a shine. And the best way to do this is to rapidly tap instead of pull. Rapidly tap the color. And if you pull, it's just a really thin, small line. It doesn't really look defined. But if you just give it really small, rapid taps, or it fades. If you pull, it just looks like it fades like that. But giving it a little. Sorry, I keep losing my train of thought. My pen is being silly. You know what? I'm gonna switch to paint. Hold up. Alright. There we go. It's better. Yeah, rapid, a quick succession of tapping should lead to the result you want. Presumably. And, oh, the only thing we need to do is shade her hair. I'm gonna use a darkish pink. I know it's usually something like orange that you would use for blonde hair, but because she's softer, I'm gonna go for pink over an orange, which would be a much harsher color, and the pink will match her skin shading a lot better than the orange would. And with that, I believe we are finished with Bubbles. I hope you enjoyed.